So thanks, Keith, for the introduction. Now I have 28 slides and 10 minutes, so this is going to be interesting. I can talk fast, but I will try to keep it slow. A lot of them are references. There's a lot of references on the slide, so obviously you can have a look at the slide deck later. So here goes. Right, so EuroIX, what is it we do? We are an association for internet exchanges. We have 2 forums a year. At the last forum, we had 41 internet exchanges from around the world present, which is probably one of the highest number of exchanges you'll see at one particular event. We have a database, an IXP database, and tools that we work on as well. Since last year, we've started having a monthly newsletter, so if you're interested in hearing about what's going on in the world of IXPs, feel free to subscribe there. We have a number of working groups which go from technical to commercial to regulatory. And again, this is just to help and share information and act as a knowledge base for internet exchanges that are part of the membership. We do reports, surprisingly, which are on IXPs. And we have something called a twinning program. The twinning program is a way for newly established IXs that are looking for help or support to partner with established IXs to learn and grow. So why do we do it? For the good of the community. So currently we have 77 affiliated IXPs within the membership. I'm not going to go through all that. And we have 11 patrons. I will note that Cisco actually left the patronage in 2015. Yeah. Okay, the Federation. So after the success of EuroIX in Asia and South America and the Caribbean and in Africa later, they figured that this was actually a good idea, a place where internet exchanges can come together, share information, learn, grow, look at different technologies, and just really help each other. So APIX, EuroIX, and LAC-IX in 2012 signed an MOU to form a federation of internet exchanges. FIX, which is the African representative, signed the MOU in 2014 and now also part of the federation. The idea here is to have a global IXP database and a place where IXPs can actually quite easily share information. And again, it's about learning BCPs. We're looking at automating. Actually, if I say automation, I might get someone might get a buzzword bingo. So we're trying to automate a lot of the data collection that we get from IXPs so that we're not relying on manual intervention. And we have plans to collaborate with external databases, which I will talk about a bit later. So here is the IXF board. We have representatives from all the IXPAs. I'm not going to show you a ton of graphs of what the growth in different parts of the world, but was one traffic graph in there, and it's just to say that yes, traffic is growing on the internet exchanges. Please do note this is actually from the public peering land, so of course we all know that there's lots of private peering going on as well. The IXP database. So this is one of the big projects that we started working on last year. As we know, there are many IXP databases. But what there doesn't exist until now is one single place for IXPs to maintain and manage their own data. So we've started development on the IXP database, and what this means is that the IXPs can maintain their own data, and that means that it's owned by themselves, and you're not relying on somebody else to go and do an update. If you have a new member, IXPs can actually just go in and do that themselves. This is useful for IXP members to see IX data in context, and the main thing here is that we want it to be open and pluggable, which means other databases can actually mirror us and take and use the data from the database as well. Like I said, it is work in progress, but this is and as I mentioned before, working with other external databases. So PeeringDB is the first one that we started working with. And this is what the end goal should look like. There you go. So the IXP database API is written in Python and Django, which can get, create, delete objects where interaction is done using JSON. And information, as much of the information, the data that we collect that we can share publicly, we will do. And again, a lot of this will come down to how much information the actual IXP wants to share. So, like I said before, it's data that they own. All code is available on the URIX GitHub repository, so if you're interested, if you have any comments or you want to contribute, then please get in touch. Tools. So, URIX isn't just for IXPs. The tools that we work on are actually going to be useful for networks and service providers. So, this is a list of the tools that we have, and am I done? Okay. So I'm going to quickly go through the tools we have. Right, so we have an ASN search tool. Now what you can do here is you can put in an ASN that you're looking for, and you get to see a list of IXPs that they're connected to. We have an ASN filter. So what you can do here is look at the different ASNs that are present at different exchanges. So if you're looking for example, at, let's take LONAP, for IXPs that are present at LONAP, but not present at another IX, then you can use this tool there. There are lots of different options you can pick, and you can have a play around with it. It's quite cool. The peering matrix is you see a comparison of all the different IXs, and this again is within the membership. So you can see what IXs, how many members are present at the various different IXs compared to others. The IXP Service Matrix is if you're looking for a quick reference tool to see what services are provided at which IXPs, you can take a look here and you can see the ASN number, the number of ASNs connected to the exchange, whether they're doing IPv6, what their MTU is, blah, blah, blah. So if you take a look at that. Projects. Right, one thing, I talked about this list last time, so I'm not going to go into too much detail on this. One thing that we do is we like to collaborate with people and do fun things. What we did last year was the FIFA World Cup, and we did some work with the RIPE NCC where we looked at traffic at different exchanges. Of course, it doesn't really mean anything. Traffic, of course, is going to go up and down, but it was just a fun thing to see what was going on while the football was going on, but also look at the traffic on the internet at that time. But also, on a serious note, it can help IXPs plan for big events. I think this is my last slide. We have recently updated the IXP BCOPs, so anyone that's interested in taking a look at that, please do. I'm going to say this wrong, aren't I? Team Cymru. We've started working with the IXP Bogon List project, which I forget his name, mentioned earlier. We're working on that. So what that means is that the IXPs that are within the membership or have a profile on our website can just tick a box and say, right, send this to the Bogon list, and it will go straight there. We also have an IXP member list, which is all in JSON, and that would be useful for networks that are connected to many exchanges, and you want to get a set amount of set data, standardized data from the IXs. Lastly, if you don't know what an IX is, have a look at this film. It's 5 minutes long, it's available in many languages, and we're looking to translate it in many more. So if you are interested, please contact us. Anything else? Any questions? Oh, it's like 11 minutes, sorry. I can breathe. Any questions? No? All right, thank you.